All right, guys, welcome to Chat Image 2.0 demo. And one of the things I love to do is play and record myself playing, so you guys get to see kind of all the fun things that I do in my spare time, in my fun playtime. I actually allocate time in my schedule to play with AI. That could be a new tool, that could be something I'm trying. There's a few different videos I have coming out in the next little while because there's different tools that are coming out and I'm trying different things. I also am working on quarterly fun kind of what I call side hustle checks. Does it actually work? Can I use AI for it? So these are all things that are coming to you inside the AI Identity Lab. But I wanted to really get this one out because I think ChatGPT has created a few things. And if you read my Substack where you saw my video that I created, they've done some things that they should have done when Nano Banana first came out, in my opinion, right? You know, I've been in a long-term relationship with Nano Banana. I love it. If you ever hear me on a call and somebody's like, which tool? I'm always like, use Nano Banana, use Nano Banana. ChatGPT, woo, or GPT Image 2.0 is really, really coming to terms with this. So let me show you. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to give you guys some things on how I do it, what I do, what I play with, all that kind of fun stuff. And, if you're watching this and you have questions, please let me know. And then we can go from there. So let me just get this set up and going. So first things first, it is all about the play. And you've heard me say this over and over and over again. There are times when it doesn't work out very well. There are times when it works out great, all of those things. But let's get started. So let me just move all of these pieces out of the positioning here. All right, ChatGPT, here we are. Look how beautiful it is. Very first thing, most important thing to know is come down here to create image. Okay, create image. And then we're going to, so this is actually instructions. So upload one photo of yourself, any photo, doesn't need to be perfect. And we are going to create a vision board poster for the woman who is a coach, brand strategist, include the following text exactly. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this away because that's the instructions to me. All right, so I have said headline, she already exists. Subheadline, you're just catching up to her. Bottom line, identity first, everything else follows. Photorealism, deep navy and teal palette, edit, boil, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm going to update a photo here. I'm going to pick a photo from my thing. So let's go here. And we're going to go for it. So a few things to keep in mind here. Photorealism is key to success in Image 2.0. You don't have to do it so much in open art. You definitely don't have to do it in Flex as often. But having that term in Image 2.0 seems to be really, really important. And again, if you want to see some actual side-by-side examples, go to my Substack and take a look because I did all of the breakdown with before and after when I showed the photorealism in there. So once you've got that in there, and again, one of the things that AI chat's doing really, really well is words. Okay, words. Like, look at this. See if I can bring this in. So she already exists, right? Strategy is personal. It's picking up some words, clarity, positioning, brand strategy, identity. You're just catching up, coach, brand strategist, visionary. Now, this is actually, I don't classify myself as a brand strategist. If I'm being honest, I'm more of an identity strategist, but this is all the things just from a very, very simple prompt. Now, one thing that I really like about, oops, I didn't mean to do that, image is that you are now able to build on this. Okay. So maybe, as for example, I want this to be in my actual colors, not just in the colors that it thinks are my colors. So I'm just going to update and bring in one of these photos. And I'm going to say, these are my brand colors. Please update. Okay, so rules still apply here, guys. So layering is something I talk a lot about when we're doing anything in Nano Banana, OpenR, etc. You can't go with 150 different options right out of the gate. So again, I could have put, these are my colors, please update. Can you change this? Can you make sure that I'm using a different pen? Like, I don't want to confuse it. But let's just come back to this while it's thinking. I mean, that's a pretty damn good example of me. And if you look at the image, it's got my necklace in there, it's got my hair, it still has my head tilted a little bit. So it's taken this very literally to the image of me. So before ChatGPT used to have almost like your second cousin once removed weird looking images. And I have a few examples of those when I've talked about ChatGPT before when it comes to imaging, and it just was never that good. But now it is getting to the point where it is much better, much stronger. And so that's really good. So there you go. So it's changed it up. I love this. So it's actually changed up all of the imagery there. You changed my colors, giving me identity first. It picked up on this is my font that I use for everything. This is what I use in terms of how I create things. That's everything in there. It even so funny, and this grabbed a photo from a previous image that I did, which is just so interesting. So another thing that chat does really, really well is it thinks. And that's again, you're like, well, of course it does. It's AI. No, what AI does is it grabs things from certain areas and uses it. But in this case, it actually is in thinking mode. And again, in that Substack article, I give you some more examples about that. And I'll show you some things here. But okay, so let's say I wanted to change this a little bit. So I want to remove brand strategist. Oh, look, I've got my computer on big now. And add identity and visibility strategist. God, that's why I don't type on lives. Anyway, so it's going to think about it. So while it's thinking about it, let me just pull you back here. So keep in mind that as you're going through this, each one can be pulled from each other. So what do I mean by that? In Nana Banana's recent history, you'd have to upload the photo and then ask the question, and then re-upload the photo and then ask the question. You don't have to do this here. Okay, so that's the nice thing. When it comes to that, you don't have to do that here. You can just work within the one chat that we have going on here. So let me just share this again with you and see what it's come up with. And we're going to work it down. It's finishing up. So the most important thing is you pick image, not just chat. Okay, that is the key thing. In Gemini, for example, you need to pick image or Nano Banana. It's no different, right? It's no different when it comes to that. So as we're doing this in ChatGPT, just make sure that you're picking that image. But now that we're here, we're already in image. So everything that we add is in imagery. Okay, so she already exists. I've changed this. You can see there's a little bit now more of a drift when it comes to my image. It's like every time I make a change, that drift is very noticeable, right? So here I am. I look very similar to my photo. And now as we come down to this final one is a bit of a drift. Not a lot, but a bit. So for me, what I do with this is, so let's say this is the one I want. Then I'm going to re-upload the image that I used already, right? So I've already used my image, which is, we move that out of the way. So I'm going to re-upload that image, and I'm just going to say, make sure the woman is identical to the photo upload without any changes. Okay, so that's what we're going to do if you do find that there's a bit of a photo drift to it. Now, inside the classroom, there is something called the AI red flag checklist. Okay, I actually used it here for my brand colors, right? So it basically helps you with an AI checklist. So you want to go through this and be like, okay, how many fingers do I have? Good, everything looks fine. How does this feel from an image perspective? I think it looks pretty good. You know, the tree back here, maybe not. You could change that. Depends on how specific you want to get. I actually don't have a Mac, so I would probably change this. You know, she's writing it's upside down, but that's of course sharing to me. So there's a few things in the checklist that you would kind of look at, and that's where I'm saying when we get to this point, and I'm like, there's been a bit of a drift. You know, somebody who doesn't know me very well would look at this and be like, okay, it's still her. But if I look up at this top one, there's just a tiny drift. And I probably be the only one who noticed it. Remember, I've created some images I posted in the school, I posted on my Facebook, where if I asked you what color my eyes were and I shared a picture of me with brown eyes and a picture of me with blue eyes, you are the only one looking really deeply at you, not everybody else is. So just keep that in mind as we go. So let's see, check it back in. Okay, so what it's done here is it actually changed my shirt, right, from this black suit and jacket, which is cool. And then you're catching up with her. So just to give you an idea, you can make those changes. So now let's say one thing that Chat's image should have had this, but Mana Banana was a rock star at that, is this. I'm going to say change the notebook to an iPad and e-pen. What are those things called? iPen. Let's just go with that. And so it's little tiny changes that you can do to help make those images feel like you look like you emotionally connected to you. Okay. So while that's thinking, we're going to come over here to another one. And I'm going to come back here. We're going to create an image. Always make sure that you create your image. Okay. And it's going to say a professional brand photo of this woman. She is confident and direct, clean, natural background looking at the camera. So let's just do this really quickly. I'm going to take out photorealism first. Okay. I'm going to add a photo. We're going to pick a photo of, let's just change it up a little bit. We're going to put a photo here. So she's a little bit of got an attitude here. This is actually for my Substack because the writing on this one was so good. So if again, go take a look at my Substack, it's so cool. There was not a single error in any of the writing, but really we want to be talking about images because that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. Okay. So let's see what's come back over here. Oh, last week still thinking about it. So again, I encourage you to get on to ChatGPT and play a little bit. I'm going to post a few prompts that you can do. All right. So there you go. So now it's the Stilo or the e-pen and an iPad. So it's a really quick tweak change, but it's a difference, right? I could change the color of my cup, right? Maybe I'm going to put can't see it, a big blue Yeti on there, right? Every piece that you do, you can actually make a change to. Okay, so let me see here. We're going to add the final touches. So this is going to be, so there you go. So this is the image that I uploaded of me. And I was doing neuron networks, which is hilarious. And now we've brought it into more of a professional photo. Now, I love that it kept the tattoos pretty similar and the necklace. So I'm just going to add here, add a black laser. Okay, so in my head, professional tattoos are not showing like they are. True, false, I don't even care. Let's just play with it. So when it comes to making images, which again, when we're talking about hyper realistic images of ourselves for our vision boards, our websites, our hero images, our funnels, etc., this is a really good way to get started. Okay, this is a really good way to get started. Now, is it as good as training your AI twin, putting all of your photos in? Yes, no, maybe. And I'm going to show you guys a really interesting combination that I posted on Facebook. And I want to kind of break those down for you so that you can see the differences between them. And then you can make your own decisions. I have a professional and personal opinion, but so there you go. So look at that. So that is a really, really good. And I didn't have to say anything. I didn't say anything about keeping it similar. Obviously, her necklace is similar here. Her tattoos are now covered up here. And that's amazing. I'm thinking maybe I should go get some extensions because how great does that look? Anyway, so that's just giving you an idea of how it works. Now, let me show you quickly here how the differences between all of them, right? I often say not all tools are created equal, and this is why. So let me get my post. I'm going to share it with you, and then I'm going to reveal the details, all the juicy details for you guys so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right. Give me a second. Here we go. I got it. Sometimes I forget how much I post. All right, here we go. So we're going to share. Okay, so this was my post. Okay, this is why AI tools are not all created equal. Same prompt, same uploaded image, very different results. Okay, so real image of me. That's who I am. Took a photo, snappy. Okay, this one here was the new version of OpenArt AI, which, by the way, I absolutely despise. If anybody is playing with it and they like it, please tell me your tricks because I hate it. And they don't use your twin. So this would be somebody who's not necessarily trained their AI twin yet. And this was their result, which is so disappointing because I love OpenArt AI. You know this. I talk about this more than I talk about Nana Banana, but it really wasn't that good. Okay. This one was Gemini, which is just like, oh my gosh, this is the moment where I'm like, oh, is that really what I look like? Yikers. Okay, that was Gemini. So Nana Banana, guys. This one was ChatGPT. That's the most realistic. That literally could be me looking back at me. And this is where I have my blue eyes, and I changed it to brown. This one here was my trained AI twin in OpenArt. I did not change any of the pores. I did not add any of the natural looking. So I look very plasticky in this one. Okay. So again, pretty good. And then, yeah, OpenArt old school. And then real life me. So how cool is it to be able to see the differences between those? So let's come back to ChatGPT for a second. And I'm going to do some other fun things. So remember, you can also explore ideas down here. So an animal infographic. Okay, so create a visually rich infographic about an endangered animal. Start by finding one online, research its habitat, diet, and unique traits. Present information through annotated visuals and structured callouts, not generic sections, right? Look at all of this stuff. Now, I'm actually going to get specific and I'm going to say, I want to know about a dolphin. Okay. Looking at all the information, getting the information, layering it in, and then we're going to go. Yes. Okay. So notice right now you're in thinking mode here, where if I go back here, we're in instant mode. So this is what I was talking about. Again, going back to that Substack article I wrote, it talked a lot about thinking mode. So the image that I just shared, where I was at the board with my neuron networks or whatever it was, that was in thinking mode. So that's why I say, even though I don't know this one here, even if I don't know that this information is correct or not, I was in thinking mode, which meant it went and looked for this information. So I don't know. So I challenge you guys to try something that you might not know about, or maybe you do know about to test the knowledge, because we always love to do that. But do that and see how it comes through. The other one that I did on my Facebook, I think I posted it here. Let me just grab it. Is the infomercial? No, the hold on. Oh, of course I can't find it. It's not going to let me get. It's the one of the movie poster. So I did the AI lovers rom-com movie poster, and it was really, really good. Really, really good. So again, this is, in my professional and personal opinion, way better than it has ever been when it comes to any type of imaging. Okay, so if you were to watch this, I put out, but it's researching key dolphin info for the infograph. What? It's doing the research for you. So now, if you wanted to write something, and a really good example, because I did this for my husband, was I wanted to put together a whole visual of macros and macronutrients when it comes to like fats and carbs and whatever, just for fun, because that's what he does. He works with men and women getting fit, and they actually goes even deeper than that and work with men who are on their sobriety path. But anyway, so we went through and got some information about Alcohol Anonymous, Drugs Anonymous, or Narcotics Anonymous, let me use the right terminology, macros and stuff like that. And it brought it all in right here. And it created an image, which was really, really, really cool. All right, let's go back to the vision board design. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, did I mess up? Dun, dun, bum, bum. Brand. Oh, I don't think I did the vision board design yet. Okay. Another thing it's very good at is keeping multiple images together. Let everything else think while we're at it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in images of myself and my husband just for fun because, hey, why not? So I'm going to bring in my image of me, and then I hope I still have an image of him. We're going to try this. We're going to try this. I'm going to go here. Did I get rid of the image of him? Probably. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe he's further down. Boo. Okay, I think I might have. So let's just grab somebody else. All right. This image of, I'm just going to change these friends. They're walking along the beach, faces are relaxed. Okay. And bring it in. Okay. I'm going to check back in with our dolphin. It's still thinking. Look at this. It's putting in reliable, trusted sources like NOAA and Britannica. What? Oh my goodness. Okay, so common bottlenose dolphin. Let's take a look at it. Let's go deep into this. Okay, again, I don't know much about dolphins, guys. Not a fish, a marine mammal, 5 body plans, butthole, blowhole, melon, dulcifin. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at this. But look at this. This is what it gets crazy. Every single word is correct, right? Before, and even on Nano Banana, sometimes you're like, what the heck was that supposed to say? And as much as most people don't notice, when you're creating for you, for your business, for professional look, any error like that is just not acceptable. But look at that. Breathe air, surface to breathe through the blowhole, warm blooded. Like, what? It did the thinking for us. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I love that so much. So let's come into photorealistic, see what's going on. Oh, sorry, we're violating. Oh, I wonder if it's because she's in a bikini. All right, let's just bring me back in. Again, remember, guys, I'm doing this live with you guys. This is what happens sometimes when it does that, because who knows what's going on. So let's do this. And then let's bring in somebody maybe not in a bathing suit. Who else do I have in here? Let's just bring my whole family in and see what happens. Using these photos. Okay, I'm just going to copy this back up. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to take away my photo and I'm going to say using the photo. Guys, this is what I do. I play around with it. Using the photo I've uploaded, create a realism with this family. They are walking along an open beach at golden hour. La 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 la. Okay. Let's see what happens. Go. All right. So coming back into just a basic chat again, you're going to, well, I'm just letting all that stuff happen in the side. We're going to create an image. Now, again, remember, it comes back here and it says you can do an illustrated recipe, a studio headshot, a blueprint poster. Like, look how cool this is. Create a single subject blueprint poster using only the main subject for the uploaded image. Okay, render it a clean do. Okay, so we're going to just pick something that I maybe have in my, I have no idea if I have anything that would actually work for a 3D photo, but let's just quickly look and see if there's anything. Maybe a mountaintop, a car. Oh my goodness, I don't know. This is where it gets a little bit complicated if I don't have the images ready to go. This is what happens when I play. It's not perfect, and that is okay. All right, let's go here. Sometimes I have more. I don't really see anything that we could use a 2D image for. All right, let's go back here. I wonder if I have a mountain somewhere. Let's just use the same image, see what we can find. All right, again, this is what I do, guys. I play with it, see what happens, and I let it go. Okay, so coming back to photorealism. All right, there we are. Look at that. That's crazy. Now, it's basically taken the exact photo and moved it over here. Now, we look very overdressed for the beach. So I'm going to say change the clothes on all 4 people for shorts and t-shirts. All right, we'll see what happens. As I said, it's all about the play. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we've got our dolphin infograph, super stellar. We've got changing those images with everything that we want, layering, having those beautiful photos of ourselves. Okay, we've got changing up the scene to make it more professional. Blueprint of figured. Oh, let's see. Okay, so this is what it's done. That's hilarious. I love it. So it's taken me, which was the image, and it's basically broken it into front view and how tall, and this is awesome. So much fun. All right, so again, obviously I don't use blueprint photos for anything, but that just gives you an idea. All right, so get rid of this one. We're gonna get shown those ones. Let's see what's happening with the changes. Okay, so again, with what you're doing, with what we're doing inside the AI Identity Lab, wowzers, this is amazing. Sidetrack, guys, sorry, sidetrack. So again, there's a few changes to facial features, and I know my kids very well, so I look at this and I'm like, a tiny one. You might look at this and be like, wow, that looks pretty good. Not perfect on my tattoo, but that's okay. You know, it's doing its thing. You know, so we're all in shorts, we're all in t-shirts. This is pretty damn good, right? This is the original. That's what we're doing. Original. So my daughter had a jacket on, a shirt on. I had a sweater on, a tank top on. It can only see that part of my tattoo, so it doesn't see the rest of it. My other daughter had a long sleeve shirt on. I mean, that's pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. I am pretty impressed. Like even up to, check this out. I'm going to open this up. Right watch, right bracelet. Wow. So amazing. So amazing. So anyways, let me just make sure I've showed you all of the changes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's just wrap it up there. I just want to make sure you know that the power of this within what you're doing when it comes to the fundamentals, when it comes to your images, that kind of thing. Now, do you want to use only AI through ChatGPT for some of your bigger projects? Maybe, maybe not. That is up to you. I, of course, encourage you to create and design your own AI twin, but this is pretty damn good. And compared to the comparable one that I did with Nano Banana, it was like breaking my heart. I might have to break up with them. Like I might have to take my Nano Banana long-term relationship and now turn around and be like, have you tried ChatGPT Images? So we shall see. But as things change and as things grow, guys, I will keep you updated and have you see all of the fun stuff going on. But just remember, play is key, right? If a new tool comes out and you don't know how to use it, go to that tool and ask it how to best use it, right? If you have a new tool and you're not sure how to get a good prompt, ask it for a prompt, right? Of course, go into the AI Identity Lab classroom. We've got tons of prompts in there, tons of information, but that is very much how we're going to take the new GPT Image 2.0 and have it as part of our world. So guys, if you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. I will speak to you all again very soon. And don't forget to check the calendar for any upcoming events that we have inside the AI Identity Lab. Bye.